Well, Libra, are you ready for a pretty tense week? Because even though last week Venus conjunct Saturn, which could bring up a lot of shit inside of you and make you feel a lot of pressures in a lot of ways. And this is all happening in your 5th house because it happened in Aquarius. Status, quality control, being controlled, feeling repressed, right? Feeling all kinds of ways. This week is really when the confrontation happens. Because between your 5th house, Aquarius, Saturn and Mars are conjuncting. And that means that you are feeling a lot of external pressure from somebody, or maybe feeling like somebody is really control or trying to control you and putting all these demands on you, especially when it comes to that 5th house stuff, which includes romance. Matters of the heart, putting pressure on your heart. How you feel about them, using how you feel about them to put those pressures on you or make demands from you, right? That and Venus, your ruling dignitary, is now sliding into your 6th house, which means that you're all about loving yourself, luxuriating on yourself, taking care of yourself, dreaming big for who you are. And that's gonna conflict. Hello, everybody. We're going to get deeper into the astrology, Libra. But Libra, yes, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I put out a video every single week, and Libra comes out every single Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. So even if you don't see it come up in your notifications, you know it's going to be there. But please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that it'll be easier for you to get notified. Basically, these are energy readings. I use astrology. I use tarot cards. I use oracle cards to divine insights for you every single week so that you know how to best use these energies. And ultimately, Libra, there's a clash this week between what your heart feels and the demands that, especially since it's Mars, it's that opposite energy, right? The demands that Mars is putting on you. Also, your fucking 7th house is lit up right now. It's lit up, Libra. Lots of stuff with partnership going on. And good stuff. It's hot. It's heavy. It's not really heavy. It's hot. It's heated. They got the sun. We've got Mercury. We've got Chiron. It's all you can think about. It needs attention. It needs to be addressed. You're trying to work through stuff. It's important. It's getting all your attention right now. And with that conjunction in your 5th house and your ruling dignitary sliding into your 6th house, there's just a sense of, okay, well, how do I fit in all this? And I got real high hopes. Oh, I got real high hopes for this situation, but is that really what you're feeling on the outside? There's going to be a conflict and a contrast. Are you taking care of yourself? Or are you allowing what you desire and what you dream to be to allow somebody to get one over on you and ask too much of you? Well, you slip further into fantasy land. Your 7th house is in Aries. You garner a sense of self through your partnerships. So you always have a super optimistic way of looking at the person that you're with, even though you're probably lying for them. And you're going to feel it right now. You're going to feel your heart. Your heart is not aligned with another person. Your heart is aligned with God. And that's the 5th house energy. And that's what's going to really start telling you, wow, there's just a lot of demands. Oh no, I have to jump through a lot of fucking hoops right now, don't I? Yes. Take note. So, excuse me. All right, Libra, let's get into the cards. Libra. What does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to know? Remember, guys, there's always an extended reading. I hope you can join me for it. You can join the membership, too. That would be awesome. That's the Unbound membership, FYI. Beaver Spirit and Spirit has your back. You're building something. You're trying to get something started. You're trying to get something established. That 6th house energy is where Venus is headed into. You're trying to grow something, cultivate something healthy. It matters to you. It's actually taking authority over your life. This is something that has actually maybe the 6th house itself, what you're trying to cultivate, or the you're trying to cultivate, is sort of dominating your sensibilities right now, or what matters to you. It's kind of what's governing your life. It's what's dictating your life. It's these little details. Something about your health is what I'm saying. 6th house is about your health. Something dealing with your health is really dictating your whole life right now. What is it? What is it? I just want to get a quick answer. What is it? I'm curious. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Damn. What is it? Now it came out. Queen of Wands, something that you want. It's something that you desire. Or you want somebody to want and desire you. So maybe it's how you look. How you feel like you look. Right? How you're being perceived by somebody else. Or something that you're really attracted to. Something that had to do with your sensuality. Had to do with your sexuality. So it could have to do with something about your health that is related to a fallout from, but nothing's in reverse. So a fallout from somebody being very attractive, being like sensuality led you to this point where you have this health, not crisis or concern, but now you have to focus on this aspect of yourself. You're super focused on this aspect of yourself. Of course, because Venus is entering your 6th house. But it is what is primarily on your mind right now. You're glowing. You're radiating this, beautiful, mysterious, passionate, emotional energy. You're radiating that. We have tend to the small things. You have a small thing that you have to tend to? What are the small things, the little details in your life? This could be illnesses. You want to look good, you want to look good, but you got to feel good. That's what's most important. It's those details that are really going to catch you, because this is Virgo energy. Those are those details that are going to catch you. And it's the little things that you need to pay attention to right now. It's something very small. It's not about disease, because it's still upright, but it's saying you have time to check in and to resituate yourself and make yourself healthier for whatever this concern or consideration is. It's not like a horrible diagnosis. It's just saying there's something here. There's like a little warning light is on. Pay attention to it, look at it, address it immediately. And then we have turn knowledge into wisdom, something secret, something hidden. You know something somebody else doesn't know. Or you already know something's going on. And you have the information, and you do have the information to do something about it. This is Piscean energy. So in other words, intuitively, you got a feeling that something's up. So trust that instinct and then go look it up or get some advice on it. So you don't want to just have that instinct. You want to know what to do about it. Yes, trust the instinct. And then what do I do? Okay, and then we have truth transcends illusion. So this is Aquarius energy. This has something to do with your 5th house. This is the truth coming out. Not being able to hide things anymore. Maybe in the beginning of the week, you're going to start out trying to pretend that everything is okay. I don't think you're going to be hiding it from yourself, because the moon, you're not lying to yourself. You know you. But it's almost like, what are you trying to keep from somebody else? Maybe you don't want to worry people. But ultimately, the worry is going to be expelled when you actually talk about this and say it out loud and own it. What is this? You know. I don't need to tell you. I don't even need to know. Whatever it is that you've been keeping inside and sort of like brewing, especially concerning your 6th house. For some of you, it might be that I'm considering plastic surgery. You know, I mean, it could be a lot of different things, but it concerns your physical body, your upkeep, and tending to like looking at little particulars, something small, but you want to be sure that you're going to do this in the healthiest way. That you're going to go about this in the healthiest way because you've been considering it. Maybe you haven't been talking about it. Maybe talking about it is the first step, just to own it. That's important right now. Hey, boo. Libra. Chop wood. Hard work. Or you've been hard at work on something. And you are. You can tell that right away. Virgo and Capricorn energy is the first that pops out. You're working on something. You're dedicated to it. I just don't want you to get your heart broken or feel disappointed in yourself when it doesn't go as perfectly as you dream it to be. Because it's not. There's going to be particular snafus and craziness. And I guarantee you there's going to be somebody's attitude. Or somebody's, there's going to be tension with the way somebody else wants it done. Or expectations, especially like a father figure or maybe a male figure, like a male in your life. You're worried about what they may think. Or their reaction to something is already getting to you. Chop wood, finding a way to work on this, finding a way to work it out. And why? Why? Because it's important to you. This is something extremely important to you. So what is it? Enough being facetious. What is this? I don't know. I think, you know what, it's hard to ask because this isn't a personal reading. I do personal readings. Check my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot. I'm not doing them this week, but I do them. Libra. I'm asking, what is this? I'm asking, what is this, Libra? I don't know. This is about friends got your back. Or who's got your back. Oh, maybe that's what there's a concern about. Who's got your back? Who's got your back? And I think it's going to be unexpected. You know, you'll be surprised at the help that comes out and the help that you get. Okay? This is just, can we just like stop being like beating around the bush? Suffering in silence. What is that? You're keeping something to yourself. I got that already. But what are they keeping to themselves? Overall, let me just say this to you. Don't try to handle this by yourself. And don't volunteer that you're going to be able to handle it all by yourself. Don't do that. Be smarter. Turn knowledge into wisdom. You should know from experience that that's just not a good way to go. It's not. Don't try to do this all by yourself. It's interesting how you guys rule the house of partnership. You're so into partnership, but you take the whole partnership onto your shoulders. And so many of you Librans just, you take on the whole work of the partnership. It's supposed to be a two-way street. It's not actually a partnership if they ain't working too. There's something here that you're working overtime for. And that's going to become real clear Love Begins just came out, so that means your whole heart is into this. Your whole heart is into this situation. Conflict and defeat. Love begins in conflict and defeat. There's a contrast here. I can't help it, guys. Love begins, conflict and defeat. It could be that this hard time, if you share it, will bring you closer together. Suffering in silence is not going to do that. The healing here is in the togetherness. It could also be something that you thought was really going to fail badly. And maybe you needed to get this desperate to actually open up and let somebody else shoulder some of the weight here. But all that pressure that's going to be put on you, especially from that Mars conjunction with Saturn, it's almost going to force you, and good, it's going to force you to open up about something. And you're going to be, there's surprise help coming for you. This person who takes care of you is going to actually be kind of a shock to you. Not like you, I'm not trying to call you needy, like you're looking for somebody that you need. We all need somebody sometimes. There ain't no shame in that. Why is there shame in that? But they're going to surprise you. And then ultimately, there could be an even better situation that starts with that person. Just saying. Oh, you heard it here first. There's a lot, there's a mess to clean up. And you know it. It's time. Tick-tock. That's Saturn. Ring, 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 ring. It's time for something. I don't know what it's time for. Tick-tock and imagine. Imagine what? It's almost like time is moving forward as you dream away. So it's like, don't let your head, like, this is a warning. Don't let your head get stuck in the clouds because time's running out. You have to make these decisions. You have to make them now. And you have to take yourself and your health into consideration when you make these decisions. It can't be about you making the decisions for somebody else or what's best for somebody else. The somebody else that you have to consider now is you. What is right for you and what is right for your health? How are you going to feel best? How do you feel most beautiful? And is what somebody else wants what you want? Because time's running out. You got to make this decision. You got to getting lost in the clouds. You're going to run out of time. You're not going to have the option on the table anymore. Your world is changing. This is a big decision. One chapter of your life is ending. The next chapter of your life is beginning. So this is no small decisions. It's little details. I see you being single. It may even be surprising you that you decide to be single. We all of us out here could get a big shock from Libras. That is just like, you what? Wait, what? You know, we won't be able to believe it. But it's almost like, I'm changing my status. I'm changing it. I got to prioritize me. Does this have to do with romance? Usually for you guys, yeah. Especially where everything's hit in the 7th house, where Aries is full, respectful right now, right? And then lots of fire there. And then the 5th house and 6th house. Yeah, a lot of this is definitely relationships. But could you apply this? And yes, I want you to apply it to any place that something is really, any relationship that's really getting to you right now. any situation that has been causing a lot of strain and needs a lot of fixing, and that you've been working really hard on, and maybe it just hasn't been good enough because somebody isn't contributing and you need people who do. Anything could be your work, absolutely, because Libras, you have your suns in many different places. It doesn't mean everything's going to be 5th house, 4th, like 6th house, 7th house for you. You're not all Libra 1st house, Libra risings, right? So it's going to, this energy is going to apply, but it's going to be playing out in all different areas in your life. But this is almost a sense of go it alone. Or at least put yourself first. I hope you continue this message with me. I'm going to go over to the extended. The link is below, guys. I'll see you there.